major fight announcements. Junior Dos Santos will be fighting Kubrat Pulev in triad combat. This will be his first fight coming back since leaving the UFC. Marlon Moraes takes on Song Yadong in a great bantamweight battle. And Alex Pereira fights Bruno Silva in what I would call a true test for both men to emerge as potential contenders in 2022. Guys, smash that like button if you're new to the channel. Make sure to subscribe. The first matchup we have to talk about, it's going to be Junior Dos Santos Kubrat Pulev. This is interesting. Now they're doing another tried combat, so we know this is legit. It's going to be a consistent show. Honestly, I enjoyed the action from what I saw. I think the 8-ounce gloves with the open hand work fantastically. Junior is fighting a legit high-level boxer who is a big man, similar size, not as much maybe body weight, but still a big human being, serious knockout power. I fear for Junior's chin in this matchup. He does have really good MMA boxing. I do think he's going to put on a much better show than Frank Mir did against Kubrat Pulev. I just have worries that Pulev will be able to fight out of the clinch of Junior. Junior, like when he throws his looping shots, I think there's too much fluff on it for these fighters like Kubrat Pulev, that Eastern European style boxing that's very tight. It's very technical. It's very poised. They control range extremely well. They bring serious power. I unfortunately feel like Kubrat Pulev is probably going to knock Junior Dos Santos out in 3 rounds or less here. I think that Junior's going to be in some serious trouble. The best option for him will be working a lot of clinch. From range boxing, I think he gets hurt by Kubrat Pulev. There's a clear-cut power difference. Pulev is a purist with the hands, and Junior Dos Santos, obviously known as a high-level boxer in mixed martial arts, is also well past his prime. Kubrat Pulev recently fighting against Anthony Joshua for the world title. You have a prime heavyweight more so in Pulev in the sport of boxing. Junior, who's taken some rough losses. I feel as though this is a really hard fight for him. First one out in tried combat. I would have liked to see them maybe give him somebody a little bit less, a little more of a stepping stone. Instead, throw him to the lions. And he's fighting Kubrat Pulev, who I guess technically now maybe is the heavyweight champ of triad combat. I wonder if they'll eventually start doing some actual belts, but he's definitely in a great position to capture a title here for what I think could be the inaugural championship. As a fan, obviously, I'd love to see Junior go out there and have a great performance and win, but I think Pulev knocks him out in 3 rounds or less in the triad. Really difficult fight and a damn fun one. The next one that is announced, this one, UFC action, some high-level MMA, is Marlon Moraes, Song Yadong. I think that's a great fight. I look at this matchup, and I see Song Yadong constantly improving, serious knockout power, taking on Marlon Moraes, who he's lost 3 straight. The last one, Marab. The one before that, Rob Font. And the one before that, Corey Sandhagen. Had a controversial split over Aldo and a loss to Cejudo. Realistically, he could be on a 5-fight losing streak. You now throw him Song Yadong, 2-fight win streak for him. Big knockout over Julio Arce in the last one. I feel like Yadong's power is real, and it's proven at this point. He's a very fast prospect. Now, it's going to be striker versus striker, and I think this does fare well for Marlon Moraes. It makes it a lot more competitive. I mean, look at the last fight. He fought Marab and nearly hurt him and stopped him, but still had to deal with that hell wrestling and then eventually was broken. It's going to be a lot of stand-up in this spot. I just fear the damage is too much for Marlon at this point. I do expect him to have some decent moments here. I feel like he'll bring it to Song Yadong in the first round and a half. I feel like Moraes can win this fight if he stops Yadong early. I don't see that. Yadong's a durable prospect. I think Song Yadong gets a late 2nd round knockout or a 3rd round KO of Marlon Moraes. I think he's going to put him down. I think Yadong going into 2022 now, this is a legit prospect to watch. I feel like his game is ever evolving, 24 years of age, so young, super excited for the future. I really feel like Marlon is going to take another L here, which I hate to see. It would be a 4-fight losing streak. I think for Marlon, this is like a loss he's probably done for at least maybe for a while. I don't know if he'd, leave the UFC and sign elsewhere. I don't know if maybe they'll give him a give me fight, because they're not giving Marlon any give me fights. They're using him essentially as a stepping stone for up-and-coming guys. Song Yadong being the next one in line. I really believe he's going to stop Marlon Moraes. I think he knocks him out late in the second round or even early in the third with the hands. I think Marlon will have good moments early, nice low kicks. He'll look fast. He'll look decent. Yadong will put heavy pressure on him. I think Marlon eventually breaks here. He would need a massive shot to put down Song Yadong, who's a damn durable up-and-comer. I think right now this is Yadong's time. Marlon on the decline. Song Yadong. And on this same card, it has been announced that we're getting Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva. This to me is a great fight. I feel as though this is feeding Bruno Silva to Alex Pereira, though. 22-6 record is fantastic for Silva. He's got a ton of MMA experience, but he is an MMA striker. He fought Jordan Wright in the last one. You remember that shot, that straight shot Jordan landed. It wobbled Bruno a bit now. Bruno made it nasty, threw some powerful hooks in close, was able to hurt Jordan and put him out. But that was a dogfight. That was a scrap. Alex Pereira is a different level of stand-up. This is a kickboxing champion. This is a man made of stone. You look at the fight with Michailidis, yes, he had to deal with some grappling and whatnot, still was able to get an emphatic knockout. Every time he touched Michailidis, even from a submissive position, being put his back against the cage, he's landing with precision. It's beating up the face. There's some different level of power. Bruno Silva has heavy hands and he hits hard. Alex Pereira has the death touch in the middleweight division and he is made of stone. I think that Alex Pereira is going to knock Bruno Silva out in 3 minutes or less here. I think he's going to run him over. I feel like this is really unfortunate for Bruno because he had some great momentum going. I mean, he's on a streak right now in the UFC, 3 fights in a row, all knockouts, and they feed him now to Alex Pereira, who has a win over Adesanya in kickboxing, is that level of kickboxer. He is, I would say, maybe the best striker, technically speaking, on paper at the least, inside of the UFC. I'm quickly pulling up his kickboxing career because I know his record is fantastic. 33 wins and 7 losses, and he's just recently the Glory champion in the middleweight and light heavyweight division. That's amazing. This guy is elite on the stand-up. Bruno Silva won't have that game. Now, does Bruno think, hey, maybe I wrestle this guy. Maybe I look for takedowns. He doesn't have the tools to do so. Michailidis, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, known for a good ground game, had nothing for him. I don't think Silva will have anything for him here. I'm really thinking 3 minutes or less, KO. If Bruno Silva were to win, it would have to be some crazy, maybe fluke shot that leads to a submission attempt. I don't think Pereira gets himself in any trouble here. Watching a lot of his kickboxing fights, you realize this guy is a true special stand-up fighter. His precision is amazing. His fluidity is amazing. He's going to run through Bruno Silva and put on a highlight reel knockout, and I really believe in 2022, this guy might end up fighting a ranked contender, which is now his 6th pro bout upcoming. Fantastic matchmaking, and it is Alex Pereira kind of being fed an opponent in Bruno Silva, who even though is really good too, and I really like him as a prospect, the UFC knows bit of a stump. I don't think Bruno Silva is going to beat the top line guys, so better off have Alex Pereira be the one that ends the Brazilian Monster's win streak, which is a damn ton. Let me see how many fights he's won in a row. He's on a 7-fight win streak in mixed martial arts. That is amazing and unbeaten inside of the UFC with all wins by KO. This is a great fight to build the brand of Pereira. I really feel like Alex Pereira now, with this fight, winning this fight, start calling Adesanya's name. Use the wins in kickboxing over Adesanya to your advantage to potentially hype up a title fight. Obviously, it's not an easy path, but he could get that fast-track treatment, the proper matchmaking, and work his way up to the Adesanya fight. Versus if you don't say anything, they maybe, for people don't think about, oh man, this is the guy that beat Adesanya. It's less of a factor. He says, oh, I just want to perform well. Then they're not going to give him that same road to the belt. I think take the fastest route to the title possible because stylistically speaking, he's not a bad matchup. Like, Adesanya is not a bad matchup for him. Adesanya is more competent on the floor, but does Israel Adesanya go out there and grapple with Alex Pereira? I'd be surprised to see that. I think he'd want to get that knockout back and stand and bang with him, and I think he could get caught and get put to sleep in mixed martial arts. I'm telling you guys, Pereira's a man to watch. Also, 6'4", 80-inch reach. He's a freak of nature. Bruno Silva on the other side is a more average-sized man, 6 foot, 74-inch reach. He's getting ran over here. 3 fights that have been announced that I cannot wait to see. These are the early predictions and reaction for him. You can tell I'm pretty stoked. Big fights coming in to 2022. Unfortunately, we're in the MMA drought at the moment. Still will have content dropping on the channel, so make sure to subscribe if you're new and turn those post notifications on too. Smash the like button on this video. Let me know what you guys think about these news, early prediction, reaction type videos. Much love, guys. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.